Yeah, today I was out on the Ninja and I was thinking back in the day when Rob and I were partners on the bike. It was basically Rob's bike at that point in time. Check out the Halloween decorations. Anyway, back in the day, it was the Stealth Ninja. I'll explain why during the video. I want to share some photos that came in this morning early from John Klein, and this was just a surprise. He's loving this Ninja. It's a 1000cc Ninja. We had gone back and forth about some things on MT-09 maintenance, and we'll include that in on a future video. But John, thank you for sharing these pictures. It looks like you're enjoying this bike, and I'm sure you're enjoying the MT-09. And if you want to watch it in 4K, adjust your device. And this was the Stealth Ninja 15 years ago. This is old footage. We had the West Cooley bodywork on, and we were riding on Arden a lot. Rob was learning how to ride. There's the first couple of years he was riding. He rode this. But he wanted the bike all black. He didn't want any stickers on it. He was working for a company named Stealth, and he said, this is the Stealth Ninja. Now back in 2009, Rob and I split the cost of getting the Ninja. He was learning to ride. He wanted an entry-level bike. He wanted a 250. We decided I'd pay for half of the bike and we'd get a 650. Turned out to be the best decision we ever made. He brought the bike home, and the first thing, it was all black, the first thing he did, took a heat gun and took all the Ninja stickers off it. He wanted the bike all black, and he nicknamed the bike the Stealth Ninja. And so for 4 or 5 years that he rode, and basically he was the primary rider, we used to nickname it and call it the Stealth Ninja. There was not a sticker on it anywhere. Everything was black. And I remember that. Then when I did the 500-hour restoration, I turned it into the Ninja it is now. Not so stealth now, but it was stealth back in the day. And Rob even bought a black windshield that made it look like a mafia bike, or I guess that was the look he was after. You know, he's a young guy, and it had black wheels and everything. And when I did the restoration on this, there was so many things I wanted to change. It took me a whole winter to turn it into the Ninja that is now the non-Stealth Ninja. So today it was on my mind back in the day, and that was 15 years ago. Rob and I did a lot of riding together on this bike. He really had it suited for him just the way he wanted it, and he loved that stealth look. Again, he worked for a company named Stealth. I wonder if that had anything to do with it. He actually had shirts with the name on the pocket of the shirt. Anyway, it was the Stealth Ninja. Now it's, I don't know what we're going to call it. Goldfinger or something. My friend Scott out west, he's making a replica of this bike. I don't know how it's coming along. I haven't heard from him in a while, but we will see eventually. And he said he might even visit us this summer. Well, we'll see about that too. We're looking forward to it. But today we want to feed the fish. These are not stealth fish. They need to be fed. I got to pick a few flowers for Karen when I'm done here. And she's got stuff going on in the kitchen, as always. I shouldn't say, we always have something going on in the kitchen here. But flowers are still hanging tough this year. It's been an amazing, just an amazing summer.
One more cup of coffee before we go. The evil pumpkin suggests one more cup of coffee.
Final weather report, perfect weather, and the leaves are changing. It should be in the 70s by lunchtime. It seems like every day that I go out riding, some thought pops into my mind, something I remember from the past, something I'm looking forward to in the future, and I never know what that's going to be till I get out on the open road. But today, with the thing with Rob and remembering some memories of when this bike was just totally black, had a million flat black parts on it, had black wheels that really weren't shiny, they were kind of matte finish. And I look at it now and I think, wow, that winter that I spent, and it was a cold winter, I just remember it like it was yesterday. And even painting those wheels, I remember numb fingertips, but boy, once you get it done, this is the thing you always have to explain to somebody that doesn't do restorations. Yeah, it's a long winter, and yeah, you got a lot of sanding and polishing and whatever. But when you're done, when you're all finished with it and you're ready to ride it, it's yours forever. The custom wheels were a giant job, many hours of work. And I know a lot of people wouldn't be willing to put that work in, or once they start doing it, they realize how much work there is, they'll just leave them flat black. But I think it really makes a difference in the bike. And like every bike in my collection, there's a million little details on this that you don't notice until you park it next to a bike that's totally stock and loaded up with flat black plastic parts. And one of them is the unique side covers that I made from carbon fiber. Those, I think just the side covers alone change the whole look of the bike. Now, everybody, of course, has a little bit different taste in what they like. Their in Halloween decorations, among other things. Anyway, I had to stop and take a picture of this. The ninja skeleton. But anyway, everybody has different tastes in motorcycles and certainly different tastes in customizing them. And whether you're on a Stealth Ninja or a Goldfinger Ninja, that's pretty funny. I can't even figure that out yet. But anyway, every day that I ride, I try to get some of the ride to be relaxing, not going through the gears and just going through these little towns. This is around Face and Lakes, and just the towns are beautiful to ride through, and not a lot of law enforcement up in this area, and the roads are still pretty clean considering the leaves are falling and the leaves are already changing. And there's a lot of things about the bike that you look at and you really don't notice right away. And one of them is how comfortable that seat is. And right from the get-go, the first time I ever rode this bike, I can remember thinking, yes, this is a lot of things are right about the bike. The ergonomics were right. The seat is right. Because when the seat is not right, if it's slanted forward a little bit too much, gets annoying. If it's too flat, it's not comfortable. It needs just enough lip in the back. And when I made that carbon fiber seat cowl, and I made it from scratch, all of the steps are out on the channel, that carbon fiber seat cowl to me was one of the things that changed the look of the bike more than you think it would. And it's a unique part, one of a kind, and it's out on our channel. Another little detail, the graphics, all the graphics and the Kawasaki on the tank, and thank you John Pothier and Thomas Luciano, but all of those graphics, the paint is an exact match to the trim, which is an exact match to the wheels. It all came out of one batch that I custom mixed with pigment from Amazon, paint from Gavin's, and it worked out better than I ever could have imagined. And of course, all of the steps of doing it, every step is out on our channel. Just search the topic you're looking for. But to be riding in this part of the country this time of year, it just couldn't be nicer. It's not too cold in the morning. It's not too hot on the ride back. The leaves are falling, but most of them are not out in the street yet, and they haven't salted the roads. This is absolutely the perfect time of year around here. And on this bike, the Michelin sixes seem like they're going to last forever. I was hoping we'd get a little bit better mileage out of the sixes than the fives, and it looks like that's going to be the case. And one thing makes this bike, along with all the bikes that I have a radar detector mount for, the Valentine radar detector is so comforting to know. It changes the whole way you ride. I know several of my friends have them, and probably people have them, and they haven't installed them yet for whatever reason, I don't know. But I find a lot of satisfaction out of knowing I'm not going to go out in the morning and come back with a ticket that doubles my insurance or doubles something, or that I'm going to wind up on Rikers Island in handcuffs one way or another. And because I was thinking about Rob today during the ride and the stealth, the times this bike was stealth. Actually, I went to do a photo shoot with Turbo Steve one day, and when I got there, I was riding the bike and it didn't have any of the gold on it yet. And he says, "Oh, you brought the most boring bike you have." We were going to check out one of his new cameras, and I never thought of it that way. But to me, I'm not a flat black guy. I'm not really a stealth guy. I'm not even sure if I'm a Goldfinger or not. But I know a lot of people have commented on the paint job that I chose for this bike. And one of the reasons was this was the colors all my race bikes of the 70s were, the Amar bikes, black and gold. And that was, well, I loved it back then. And I still think black and gold is a classic that'll stay in style forever. And it seems like Guy is doing some black and gold tricks to his Triumph track bike. We'll see how that comes out when he's all done with it. Black and gold. But boy, oh boy, when I parked this bike next to a stock one, and I've done that several times, just so I could see both of them in my same field of vision, I think all the styling things I changed on it, well, they work for me. It's in my eye of the beholder. And my humble collection of motorcycles has taken me a long time, many, many years to accumulate, to restore, to register, to get the 4 historic registrations, to customize each one of them to my needs, get radar detector mounts on as many as I possibly could, and every one of them is different. The riding experience of this bike compared to some of the other bikes, some of the bikes that are newer, some of the bikes that are more powerful, every bike is different. It's like having children. In my case, it's like having 7 children, and every one of them is different. And they misbehave from sometimes, and they cost you a lot of money sometimes, and sometimes they do things you're not really crazy about. But in the end, you love them all. And for me right now, it's time to get back to the farm, to Karen, and everything that she's doing in the kitchen today. I have no idea. Every day I get home, the kitchen has something else cooking on the stove. Time to go. So I hope you did enjoy sharing this day with us and the little story of the Stealth Ninja that became the Goldfinger Ninja, or whatever he became. I'm not sure what I became. But anyway, if you did like the video, please hit the like button. And thank you guys one and all for watching. And thanks for supporting the channel, and thanks so much for watching.